Hi, everyone. I'm Lynn Allen, and this is 5 Minutes into the Future. And today we will be examining the benefits of a platform approach and the way it will play in the future of business and innovation. From automotive giants to even the banking industry, global business leaders are reinventing the core of their infrastructure to be centered around digital platforms. Their legions of employees are able to quickly collaborate surrounding a single source of truth, increasing efficiency and accuracy in all transactions that are performed. Now, when this same concept is applied to designers and engineers working together to create and improve projects as a team, well, the results speak for themselves. And here to talk about these results and the benefits to a platform approach is Paul Miller from Forrester. Now, Paul, it is a pleasure to have you here. And in what ways do you see the future of design and engineering evolving with the many facets of the platform approach?
Hello again, Lynn. And where to begin? Everybody's talking about platforms, aren't they? Everybody seems to have a platform as well. And there's a disconnect between the grand vision you painted of every person in the process communicating, sharing data, and the reality where organizations, manufacturing organizations and others are still siloed. And one area where the platform begins to deliver value is something called the digital thread. This idea that data from the design phase should inform the manufacturing phase. Data from the manufacturing phase should then inform maintenance in the field. Data from maintenance in the field should then circle right back into the design phase and ensure that the next version of the product is made better because you've taken on board how it didn't work the last time. And all of this sounds obvious. All of this sounds great, but it almost never happens. And that's because people, processes, and systems inside organizations aren't nearly as connected as they should be. Designers don't talk to machine operators on the factory floor or to the field service teams who have to keep fixing some problematic piece of the design component. And there are lots of reasons for that, mostly human and organizational. But a lack of shared data is a big one, a big problem, both really, and it's also an easy excuse. The designer can say, I didn't see the data from the field service team. How was I to know there was a problem? Once you have everything in a platform, you start to address that part of the problem. Different players in the chain can see what's really going on. Instead of designers having their files for the as-designed asset, and the manufacturing team having their files for the as-built asset, and the field service team having their files for the as-maintained asset, everyone has a shared view onto a shared set of data. That's what we're aiming for. Now, the designers really should get out and talk to people. They should talk to the people on the factory floor. They should talk to people in the field service team. But at least with a shared view onto the data, we're starting to address the problem. We're starting to allow them to see when the manufacturing team maybe makes a small change to how the product gets built every time. Or they're starting to see in their records that the field service team is consistently called out to replace a single part or a single component. They can start to use that visibility to address things. And a platform, a shared view onto the data, is how we start to make that happen.
All right, man, I love that. So that was a fantastic look into that very exciting corner of technology. I love the digital thread part of that you mentioned. Now, if you were to, say, take a look at the downstream effects of this shift into platform computing, how do you see this ending up in the future, Paul?
Oh, how does it end up in the future? One way it might end up, if we're not careful, is uncontrolled platform proliferation. Every vendor turning their app into a platform. Every vendor thinking their app or their platform should be the center of a manufacturer's digital universe. And of course, they can't all be the center. Sometimes your platform has to be able to play nice with other people's platforms. Sometimes you'll be in the lead. Sometimes you have to be prepared to have a platform that can take a lead from someone else. Things like cloud infrastructure, things like shared APIs are how we start to stitch these things together, but we also have to have a realistic view of how a competitive landscape actually works to deliver value to those manufacturers that we're all trying to help.
That makes complete sense to me. And Paul, once again, thank you so much for your energy today and for giving us something to look forward to in this exciting and growing field of platform technology. And thank all of you for watching this episode, and join us next time as we venture 5 minutes into the future.